What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into his video, I want to give a big shout out to the brother Zach Hankins for the donation to the channel via the Cash App. And he had a video request, and basically he wanted me to rank the teams that have made the postseason. Now, of course, I'm going to be including teams that are currently in the play-in tournament. So, and let me make this clear. This is not me assessing playoff series and making predictions. I'm going to try to do that tomorrow morning. This is me simply basically ranking the teams. Excuse me, I still got a cold. Basically ranking the teams that are competing right now in the playoffs or trying to compete in the playoffs. So I think the best way for me to do this is do it through tiers, okay? As far as how I want to assess this. So to me, there's three teams that I think are far and away the most likely to win an NBA championship. And those are the Thunder, the Celtics, and the Cavaliers. The Thunder, of course, finished with a franchise record 68 victories this year. Shea more than likely is going to win the MVP, although there's a chance to give it to Nikola Jokic, of course. And I think that they have been pretty much from start to finish one of the top two or the top team in the NBA from start to finish. As far as regular season is concerned, I think that they are the best team in basketball. Boston won 61 games this year. Boston, of course, has their deep lineup led by their tandem of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And they are, of course, the defending NBA champion. And they have, obviously, a great chance at going to the NBA Finals. And I would then put the Cavaliers there. Now, the Cavaliers have faltered a bit. They finished with 64 wins. But, they have a team that has great offense, great defense, great rebounding. They move the ball well, great outside shooting. When they are going, the Cavaliers could be simply unbeatable. But there was some inconsistency down the stretch for this team. And there is a little bit of a bust potential with this team. Like, some people say that this could be, the 2025 version of the 2015 Hawks. I think it's a team that won 60 games, then were eliminated in the first round. I don't think it's going to happen with the Cavs, but, it is what it is. So then the next tier, I think, are teams that could potentially have a championship run, but there's a higher bust potential. And these teams, to me, in no particular order, are the Milwaukee Bucks, the Denver Nuggets, okay, the Houston Rockets, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Golden State Warriors, the New York Knicks, and the Indiana Pacers. With the Pacers, I think, being a little less likely than the other ones to make a championship run. I just don't believe in that franchise, man. I don't believe in that franchise. I don't necessarily believe that Tyrese Halliburton or whatever, all those guys are, not good players, but I just don't necessarily believe that they can. I think the Pacers' ceiling is the conference finals. That's just me. the Bucks could go to the NBA Finals and win it all. But I like, look, man, no one should ever root for somebody to get hurt. That's not how we supposed to do in sports. Never root for somebody to get hurt. But man, maybe one of the best things by accident to happen to the Bucks was the Dame Lillard injury, because one of the big problems for the Bucks was, don't get me wrong, Dame can get you points, but Dame's defense, especially on the perimeter, is atrocious. Atrocious. It's been atrocious since, for the most part, since he's got there. And with few exceptions, he's been terrible. And when you uh, have a guy like Dame who's not a great defender, right? And then, if a guy is able to get past Dame, a guard able to get past Dame, then the next line of defense is Brook Lopez, who doesn't move very well. That's almost like that's basically a bucket you can assign to the opposition every time. That's why, they're able to get past Dame and drive to the hole and either get fouled or score driving around Brook Lopez. And that draws defenders, and guys get out of position, and then other guys get open. And causes a massive breakdown in defense. We see it time and time again with the Milwaukee Bucks. I hate to go on a tangent about that, but that's just something that bothers me when Dame is playing. Now, with the arrival of Kevin Porter Jr., he helps to correct a lot of those things. And, when he's going out there getting you 2, 3, 4, 5 steals in 25 minutes, and, some of these other guys stepping up, and Bobby Portis being back after a 25-game suspension. Me personally, I think they need to just sit Dame ass down and just ride this wave for as long as you can. The Lakers, I think, obviously, they made the acquisition of the century with Luka Doncic, but they still have the same problems or similar problems with defense and lack of chemistry. And I don't trust the Lakers. I don't trust them at all. The Rockets, they've had a great season. I think Amir Doka is a legitimate head coach of the year candidate. But I think a guy like Jalen Green is inconsistent, and those inconsistencies are going to hurt the Rockets, and their youth and their experience are going to hurt them down the stretch. I just tend to think that. I think they're also a team that probably is least likely to make a championship run. The Clippers, man, oh man, they have done something remarkable. 50 games won. Who'd have thought that at the beginning of the year? It's the first time in a long time that Kawhi Leonard's been healthy for the playoffs. And, we'll have to just wait and see how the Clippers drama unfolds. And I do mean drama because you know how they roll. The Warriors acquired Jimmy Butler during the trade deadline and went 19-2 afterwards. They've faltered a little bit, but they're still there. They clinched the 7th spot in the West recently. I think the Warriors, if everything goes right, could go on a run, but, things could go wrong as well. Because they played the Rockets in the first round, and while I think the Warriors will win that series, the Rockets could very well win that series as well. The Knicks, I just don't see them as real. I don't know, man. It just seems like the Knicks beat up on bums. Then when they play contending teams, they tend to lose for the most part. Or they get super competitive against weak teams. Yeah, so that's how I look at that, man. So then the next tier are teams that I think are entertaining to watch. Teams that you know, maybe can get out of the first, maybe can get out of the second round, but I don't think they're going to go further than that. That's the Pistons, the Timberwolves, and the Grizzlies. I just don't really think that they're championship teams. The brightest of these three teams are the Pistons. But I just don't think at this point in time that they're a championship caliber team. The Timberwolves are too inconsistent. The Grizzlies, led by immaturity and, you know, just stupid ass idiots. So I don't see anything that tells me that this team is going to make a serious run. And then the weakest teams are the Heat, the Mavericks, the Hawks, and the Magic. Okay. And I would say of those teams, the Hawks are the weakest. And yeah, I would say the Hawks are the weakest team. And the Magic been a team that's been absolutely decimated by injuries. This season, I think that they are a somewhat dangerous team, but I just don't think that they are good enough to compete on a realistic basis right now. I just don't see the Magic on that level. The Mavericks, same thing, injuries, and the Heat uh, just don't have enough firepower. Tyler Hero can't score 40 points every night. Eric Spoelstra's a hell of a coach, but I just don't think that they got enough. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how I look at that. All right. Once again, this is not a matchup breakdown. This is just ranking the teams, more or less, you know what I'm saying, in a real general sense. So that's just how I look at that. So anything you guys want to put out there, put in the comment section, and tell me what you guys think.